Hi, everybody. I'll be taking over the Instagram today. My name is George Papoutsis. I'm a third-year scholar from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, double majoring in economics and English with a business minor. More generally, I'm on a pre-law track, so if you have any questions about pre-law or even business here at Penn State and in Schreier, feel free to drop that below. I'll put a little Q&A right there. And yeah, I'm really excited to take you guys on my day today. All right, so it looks like the first question came in, and it's a really good one that I love answering. So basically, my Schreier story, why I chose Schreier. Originally, Penn State was not in the cards for me as a college. My parents both went to small liberal arts schools, so originally I was looking towards those types of colleges. I ended up taking a Penn State tour and applying to Schreier on a whim. And after taking an accepted students day at Penn State at Schreier, I saw that being in the honors college offered a lot of the same opportunities that a small liberal arts college would give you, that small school feel, while also having the same opportunities that a large Big Ten institution like Penn State had the opportunity to offer. So a combination of both of those factors ended up allowing me to choose Schreier and choose Penn State, and I've been extremely happy with my decision since. All right, so it looks like the next question is talking about the two Schreier dorms that are available for first years. So I personally go with Simmons because I lived there my first year. I think it has bigger rooms than Atherton, but
I'm going to go with Atherton. I lived there for a year and a half, and I feel like we have better amenities. We have computer labs and all of the faculty here, so that's my preference.
But at the end of the day, they're both very nice, good location to downtown. All right, everybody. So I know a lot of you guys are wondering why I'm wearing this nice Schreier merch. So one of my many involvements on Penn State is working with the Honors College as a scholar ambassador. So what that means is I do a lot of info sessions for prospective students and accepted students tours. So right now I'm actually about to do one here with everybody else, and we're in an Atherton renovated room about to give a tour. So yeah, wish us luck. All right, so now I'm going to start answering a lot of questions that I have some more time. So the first question's coming in about the pre-law track. I think this is a great question. Just like at any other school, a pre-law track is very general. I'm doing it with economics and English, but you can basically go to law school with whatever degree you get. A lot of kids do political science. A lot of kids do economics like I am. In terms of courses, there's no prescribed courses that you have to take for pre-law. Of course, you just have to remember to do the LSAT and have great relationships with teachers for letters of recommendations. Internship-wise, again, very open-ended. I worked in the past with the House of Representatives, so last summer I worked in a congressional office, but you can do whatever you're passionate about and whatever you like. And then advising, so Penn State has a pre-law advisor, but then within Schreier, I'd say it's more so that internship and career help. So Schreier can help you get those internships that'll look good for law schools. So yeah. All right, so the next question's coming in about aid opportunities within the Honors College. So first, I'm going to link to Schreier's financial aid page on this post, so you can click that for more information. But first and foremost, for financial aid, for first-year incoming students who get accepted into Schreier right out of high school, there is what's called the Academic Excellence Scholarship that all scholars get, which is $5,000 a year, so $2,500 a semester, that can go towards tuition, and that's merit-based. It's not based on any financial need. In addition, Schreier has their own financial aid coach, so you can schedule an appointment with them. And then in terms of grant opportunities, I know I've used this before, is that whenever you get an internship or you have an abroad opportunity, Schreier is more than willing to help fund that. They have millions of dollars every year to give to students. So whatever you need, just contact them and they'll be able to help you out, whether it's either financial aid or grants for helps with abroad or internship opportunities. All right, so the next question is talking about transferring within academic colleges, and the short answer to this is yes, you can transfer from different academic colleges. The only exception to that is the College of Nursing is a direct admit program. So yes, you could transfer from the College of Liberal Arts to SMEAL. All right, so the next question is about course requirements for Schreier scholars. So I'm going to be talking about the requirements for first-year Schreier scholars. If you come in as a second or third-year scholar, it's a little bit different. But first is the honors classes. You have to take 21 honors classes your first and second year combined, and then 14 your third and fourth year combined. And what this just means is that they're going to be smaller classes, better relationships with the professors, and then a little bit more depth into the work that's covered. In addition, all first-year scholars have to take an English writing and composition course. This is English 137H and 138T. Each of them are 1 semester. And this was a very beneficial and honestly fun class for me as a first year because it was with that first-year Schreier cohort, so I got an opportunity to meet and bond with all of them. But I'll also link to the website for Schreier that has all the course information. All right, so as I mentioned earlier today, I work with the Honors College as a Scholar Ambassador, so Ambassadors meeting. So say hi, everybody. All right, everybody, I'm walking home now from the library, and I got a question asking if first-year students can have their cars on campus. The short answer to this is basically no. There is a credit requirement for first-year students for anybody to have their car on campus, but that credit requirement is pretty high, so it's usually for second-year students and onwards. However, in my experience, a car is not really necessary at Penn State. Everything is pretty centrally located downtown, and especially Simmons and Atherton, which are the 2 Schreier dorms, are right across from downtown, so there's easy access to get there, and everything you basically need is within walking distance. So this question's asking about what honors classes I recommend. Honestly, I've taken the majority of my honors classes in economics just because that's what I'll be writing my thesis in this coming fall. But one honors course that I took that was more so a gen ed was a class called English 161N, titled The Pursuit of Happiness. And this class really focused on mental health strategies to boost happiness and confidence. And it was a really fun and exciting class that gave me a little bit of break from economics and picked my brain a little bit about how to become a better person. All right, I'm really glad this question got asked about involvement at Penn State. So Penn State has 2 involvement fairs, one at the beginning of the fall semester and one at the beginning of the spring semester. This is a huge involvement fair, 1,000+ clubs and organizations on the Hub lawn. And then what's unique to Schreier is that they too have their own involvement fair around the same time each semester, where you can join Schreier-specific clubs, whether it be a consulting club or a Schreier student council. Schreier also has clubs to make you feel a little bit more close-knit and give you a better community here at Penn State. Here's a great question asking about the honors thesis, the planning and execution of it. So I know the thesis can be a main point of stress for a lot of incoming scholars because they feel as though it's a big undertaking, especially for undergraduate students. I'm here to assure you that it's not that stressful as it seems. I'm currently a junior in my 2nd semester and I have not yet started my thesis. The way the economics department works is that you take a class in the fall of your senior year that allows you to match with a thesis advisor and allows you to choose a topic. So at least for the economics degree, more so the humanities, it doesn't start until your senior year. I know the STEM field is a little bit different because it involves a lot of data collection, which can take years to get, but it should not be something you're stressed about your whole time at Penn State.